to the campus of Freedom International Ministries, located near Ramon Santana, Dominican Republic, on the island of Hispaniola. Here at Freedom International Ministries, our mission statement is to equip people to engage culture according to their design. Our vision is to develop life-changing relationships with those most unlikely so that they become catalysts for change within the Dominican Republic. At the foundation, we are about discipleship. We believe that God has called each of us to glorify Him with everything that we are and in everything that we do. What we really want for the people that we serve is for them to be disciples of Jesus Christ, glorifying God with every part of their being. In order to do that, they must have a relationship with God, they must learn to work in relationship with other people, and they must learn to use their gifts, talents, and abilities with God's perspective in mind. Simply stated, a person will glorify God by loving Him, loving people, and living out their design. In our part of the world, the majority of the people that we serve come from sugarcane villages, also called batés. Their way of life is harvesting sugarcane. The men work for the sugarcane company in some capacity. They may cut sugarcane, run the weigh stations, repair fences, or care for the livestock. The sugarcane company owns about 220,000 acres of land, including the roads, the workers' houses, the weigh stations, the cattle, everything. The workers harvest for about 6 months of the year during dry season, and then they wait out the rainy season until the next crop grows. During the 6 months of work, they will make somewhere between $35 and $50 a week. They get paid based on the weight of the sugarcane they harvest. The Dominican Republic also has a great need for education. In a recent study, the Dominicans scored the worst of all Latin American countries in both reading and math comprehension. Most students, especially those living in the batés, may only attend school for 100 days a year. Dominican culture puts little value on education. For these reasons, as well as our desire for long-term discipleship, the Christian school is one of the main methods we use to invest in Dominican and Haitian lives. If a child attends our school from preschool through 12th grade, we will have over 18,000 hours of contact time with them. With that time, we have the ability to build a trusting relationship with each of our students, give them a solid biblical foundation, and teach them academic skills and disciplines. The school gives us the opportunity to teach them about a relationship with God. Students also learn how to interact with and love other people. We are able to guide, encourage, and develop our children's gifts, talents, and abilities. It allows us to teach them God's perspective across the disciplines. We believe that this kind of intentional time will allow for real change in the lives of our students, their families, and their communities. Currently, we are one of 5 full-time missionary families working with Freedom. But our story began before we even met. The seeds were already being planted in our minds and hearts to work in the Dominican Republic. In high school, we each visited the DR separately on week-long missions trips. Although we had no idea at the time, God was preparing us for what He had in store. We met at Cedarville University in Ohio, and we began praying about this opportunity as a couple for the first time. After marrying and while finishing further education, we settled in our hearts to move in the direction of the Dominican as a family. During the support-raising process, our family grew from 2 to 4 as we added 2 boys to our family, Noah and Layton. In May 2012, we packed up and officially became part of the ground team here with Freedom. Since then, we have seen a lot of change and served in a variety of roles. Angela has spent much of her time in the classroom, teaching students and mentoring our Dominican teachers. As of this moment, she runs our sponsorship program while taking care of our newest addition, Callie. I plan and teach for our VBS ministry in the villages, work with short-term teams, as well as teach music to our elementary students.
Thanks so much for being a part of our sending team and for being invested in what God's doing here in the Dominican Republic.
And please continue to pray for us as we continue building on the campus as well as finish out our school year.